Ooh, it got brighter.
Yeah, allegedly we're live, but who knows? It lies. All right, folks, welcome to the third out of four announcements regarding the 2026 release schedule. And for those of you who have been wondering, who have been blowing up our socials
Yes.
about slacking off, only doing 12 anthos.
Only 12 anthos.
Only 12. Yeah.
Only 12 boys' books.
You might want to hook your eyeballs to this one.
Yep.
All right. So this is our novel release announcement for 2026. You want to start it, or shall I?
I mean, how long can we drag this out and tease that?
As long as we need to. Okay, so we are going to, because we're Raconteur Press and we're slightly insane. The other one's insane. We are going to be doing things a little differently, even differently than the way we're doing them now. Looks like we're going to maintain, sort of, the serial release, even though it is a massive pain in the butt for somebody in this chat, not me. The other one's insane. I'm not sure who the genius is, but by God, we fill the insane slot rather nicely.
So what are our plans for tonight, Law Dog?
We're going to take over the publishing world. Same thing we plan to do every night. So what we're going to do, and we have a couple of our the people we're going to be talking about actually in the chat. So what we're going to do, oh God, for the month of January, we will be releasing one of our new authors, serialized, on Wednesdays. First Wednesday, second Wednesday, third Wednesday, we'll drop 1/3 of their book each one. The fourth Wednesday, we're going to drop a different book by a established author, non-serialized. And then a week after that, we'll drop the full of the serialized author. So we're going to be releasing 3 serials, 1 established author, and then the combined serials.
The full novel of the serials.
In January.
So yes, you are hearing this correctly. Our current plan is to publish 2 novels every month in 2026.
Yes. One of them broken down in 3 parts.
So, 12 anthologies, 12 boys books,
24 novels.
And we still have one more announcement.
And we've got one more announcement. So for those of you who are blowing up my socials about slacking off, grab an oar.
Raptor has it. All of y'all are insane. Yes, we are.
Grab an oar. So in February, the 4th, the 11th, and the 18th, we'll be releasing serials for, looks like Wally. Hey, Wally, how you doing?
And no, that's not Wally in January.
No, I'm saying February.
Oh, February, yes.
And then on February 25th, we'll have an established author, his entire book. And then February 27th, we'll have Wally's complete novel.
That's the kind of pattern you can expect from us going forward. So do we want to talk about who we're going to be publishing for the first few months?
Might as well. Wait a minute, one more.
Oh, yes.
So for the third, to make sure that y'all have this pattern down, and I don't have to answer questions anymore, on March 4th, first serial. March 11th, second serial. March 18th, third serial. March 25th, complete novel from established author. March 27th, the serialized novel, incomplete, dropped. And that's going to be our pattern because
we're insane.
Albino brain sugars have taken over. Sounds like a ton of fun for you, maybe.
So what we're looking at is this year we're going to be bringing out the second novels in series for some of the authors that we introduced y'all to last year. So January will be J. Kenton Pierce's
Ken Pierce,
next.
who just logged on a second ago.
Do you see him here?
Yeah, he just popped on.
Yep, there he is. Hi, Pierce. And we'll be seeing him at PCon as well. So this will be the second novel that we'll have published in the Tales of the Long Night. In November, there will be a paired story novella from Tales of Long Night coming out as a surprise for y'all. I don't know why you're twitching. I'm the one that's having to scramble to do covers and illustrations and stuff.
I know.
We are making it happen.
Stress test the TTPs, he said. It'll be fun, he said.
And then in January, we are excited and happy and proud to announce that we have a novel from Scott Huggins.
Scott Huggins.
So
Bain Award winner, multiple award winner, gave us a novel. That will be our
just a darn good writer.
That'll be our full novel in January.
Yes. You'll get more details on these later on, but I just want to drop some names. So in February, it will be book number 2 of Wally's Muses.
And he's
War.
on here somewhere.
Yes, Wally is here. And then following Wally's book, we have
Shane Grease.
Has
given us a full novel.
Yes.
I
believe it's more than just one novel, too.
Well, most of them are. I have to warn y'all, the Shane Grease novel is a rewrite of one he published with somebody else. He's changed it up and rewritten it. But if you've bought it before, please don't yell at me because you've bought the same book with changes.
It will be updated and edited, and it will be illustrated. Mm-hmm. I mean, for whatever the illustrations are worth to you, but those are a thing that they won't have had before.
Right.
So then in March,
Nick Nethery, his second one.
It will not be a sequel to Relics of the Fallen.
Whole new book.
So new book, new world.
This one's fantasy.
This one's fantasy.
This one's fantasy.
So that will be the serialization in March. And then we introduce
Ken Lizzie. I did not say Ken motherfucking Lizzie, but Ken Lizzie.
I haven't even met this poor man yet.
Holy shit. Squee!
So, and Ken Lizzie brought us a trilogy, which will be coming out, I think, in its entirety with us this year. Yes,
yeah, more or less.
We have 1, 2, 3, but in an odd order. I don't know why.
I don't either.
We have Post-its on the wall here.
We're
lots of Post-its.
We're working on the Post-its. And they have fallen off and been put back several times. So
if changes happen, blame it on the Post-it notes.
Yeah.
So then we're looking at April. We have the sequel to a book that isn't even out yet.
Right.
So Sam Rob's book Sigils will be out soon.
Sometime along here.
Yes, this year. That will be out this year. And the sequel to it, because when Sam brought us the book, y'all will hear me say, when you send us a manuscript for a novel, if it's over 120,000 words, it is 2 books. If it's over 180,000 words, it is 3 books. So Sam's book came to us, and we looked at it. We went, Sam, you just sent us 1.5 books. And so he's been working on getting number 2 ready to go, and that will be coming out in April. And then
we are breaking pattern once because we believe this author already has a fan base.
And is just awesome.
And it's just plain awesome. And has the best haberdashery. Rick Cutler's Space Cowboys will release in full novel the week after Sam's 3rd serial drops. So Rick Cutler will be a full drop.
A full drop April with a Space Cowboys book. And
somebody just started squealing in the comments.
And after that, the map starts to get fuzzy around the edges. And the squee just broke the sound barrier. Also, the train horn in the background helped amplify that.
I wasn't sure if that was a train horn or Rick. And after that, it gets kind of foggy.
Yeah, the map starts to get fuzzy around the edges, and there are little encryptions like "Here Be Dragons" and possible space villain lair here. And so this is where we come to the part where we talk about what we're going to be doing with novels
starting in May
and open calls.
We're kind of
we're still filling in the calendar for 2026. We have a bunch of sequels lined up from our existing authors. However, we want to continue to debut new authors, and we want to solicit manuscripts from authors who already have an established fan base because they pay the bills for us.
Yeah.
But also, this is what we're going to be doing. We're not going to be saying we are going to have an open call right yet. The first thing we're going to do is open to people that have already been published with us. So,
Raptor.
So, and yes, even a 50-word story in a postcard book counts. But here's what you need to listen to, and we'll put this out on the Substack in detail later. We want to get a query letter with a synopsis of the book and the first chapter of the book.
But most importantly, you must already have the book written
fully.
If you send us a cover letter and synopsis and we say, "Squee, great, send it to us," and you say, "I'm finishing it up."
Nope. We will bump you to the back of the queue.
Next.
Because we are moving too fast.
Yeah, as you can tell,
guys, 2 novels a month.
We are moving too quickly.
Yes.
And we are at the point in stress testing the TTPs that I can't have you guys screwing us up. So have your stuff high and tight and ready to go before you let us know. All right.
Now here's what we do with, and I think earlier in the chat, BK Gibson asked a question about the difference in work between anthologies, boys' books, and novels. Boys' books and novels are being handled very much the same way, in that the first step is that we read them and we decide if we like them.
Yeah. If they're a good fit.
Yeah, and generally we like to assign at least 2 readers to a manuscript, so we don't have just one person setting the tone, because we want to be taking in novels or manuscripts that are going to be fairly broad appeal. I mean, y'all know that I'm pretty much the one that runs the boys' books side of the things. Ian's the one that runs the novel side of the things.
For certain values of run.
Herding cats, chasing squirrels.
Get those cats back here.
But what we try to do is have at least 2 people read it.
Yep.
And then once we've sent the acceptance letter, the author gets assigned a structural editor. So this is something we can't do for the anthologies, but we do for the long-form manuscripts.
Yes. Because we owe it to you.
Yes. We have a full structural edit workup and back and forth with the author to fix any possible issues that might be going on in there, whether it's continuity or somebody's name changed partway through. We have some really wonderful people working with us as structural editors.
Also, speaking as authors, Cedar and I will testify that as an author, you get way too close to your baby, and you may not realize you have a fairly pretty monkey there. So you need an objective set of eyes to say, let's take this part and put it here so it makes sense, because it's your baby and it's perfect, and the rest of the world says, "Ooh, interesting monkey you have there." And so we run it through a structural editor that can objectively look and say, all right, good story. Let's move this part here and this part here. And why don't you take this part out and either bin it or save it for a later novel?
Yep.
And it does it does wonders for a novel.
We want to be a developmental press. So if there's a solid story that just needs some work, we are more than happy to take a look at it.
Yes.
So that's step 1 is structural editing. And then once it's done with structural editing, it goes to a copy editor. And
it goes back to you.
Well, there's the back and forth.
What Deej calls an editorial letter.
Yes.
And you can either listen to them and make the changes, or give a reasoned discourse as to why the changes won't work.
Right.
Or we hand it back to you and wish you the best of luck self-publishing.
So the copy editing process is basically just to clean up typos, errata. And then it starts going into illustration and layout, which is my end of the job, and then publication. We are moving fairly quickly. If you do send us a query letter, you can expect an answer back in a couple of months. This is not the anthologies. We aren't moving that quickly on the novels.
I still have novels from our initial rush that I have not.
And
I haven't given the authors a letter yet.
And we need to accelerate that process too. But that's
things keep getting in the way.
We're still finessing.
Things keep getting
processes.
In the way. Bloody life has to show up and do things.
But that's the general gist of what you could expect for what we're doing, what the processes are going to look like. And in time, we probably will do a full open call as far as sending queries to us. Same deal as we're going to offer to our initial authors who are already published with us. Even if it's just once, you're still ours. We claim you.
If you've published, if you've sent us a short story we've accepted, we know you can. We actually know that you can produce.
Yes.
We have 5,000, 8,000 words to discover your author voice and to see if it fits us. And you've met at least one of our editors and understand the way we work.
Mm-hmm.
Getting brand newbies that don't know a thing about us, especially if you're from England, that don't know anything about us.
There's been some confusion and loss of information in some of the open calls that have showed up in certain European venues.
There's been some full-on ass weasels too. So if you've been published with us, you know us. You know what to expect. You know, and we don't get stupid questions about our contracts. Or, I don't know if I can trust you. You can't.
Well, I mean, this is the thing with contracts and trust, is that there's been a lot of bad stuff in the industry. You know that.
I know that. But why send me a story then ask me if I can trust you?
Yeah, that one's a little backwards. But that's the thing, which is if you ask, we'll probably be very happy to show you a blank contract and what it looks like.
Matter of fact, we posted in our Substack.
Yes, but that one's an anthology contract, not a novel.
This was an anthology author that sent us a story and then wondered if he could, or he, she, or it could trust us.
I know. It's very much is a trust relationship, and that's what we've been building the last couple of years, is trying to build a track record of, look, we say we're going to do something, and then we do it.
Yes.
So the other thing we wanted to talk about, and I'm about to set him off again, is the fact that when we talk about sending us a query, a synopsis, we expect that to come from the author. We are not open to receiving anything from an agent. We realize that's completely backwards. He's being very restrained over there. It's a little scary. We realize this is completely backwards of how TradPub does it, but we want the money to flow to the author, not to a subsidiary, which unfortunately do not have a good track record in this industry. So,
I'm not going to say anything about talking to tapeworms. I'm not going to say anything about talking to tapeworms, but
it's one of those things that goes in line with us being.
I don't want to play telephone with an author.
No.
I don't want to talk to an agent who talks to the author that get back to me sometime in the next calendar year.
We don't have time for that. We are moving at a speed. We are moving at a speed that does not allow for an extra link in the chain of communication.
No, it doesn't.
And
I am not going to have Jonna break down your royalties into your royalties and your agent's royalties.
Yeah. And very bad things have happened in the past when publishers sent the check to the agent.
No.
And the author didn't necessarily know how much that check was for.
Apparently a suicide. At least one suicide in the past.
Yep. There's been some very bad things.
Do not.
So
you love your agent. That's nice. You contact me, not your agent.
Yep.
I'm going to start hurting feelings.
But that's still down the road. I'm not sure when we're going to do the full open call yet. We're going to determine that based on what the schedule looks like and how quickly we fill it up.
The way things go, probably sooner rather than later.
The way things go with our authors,
our pattern, yeah.
We have 180 authors-ish. That's not a precise number. Don't quote me on it. That's a lot of authors to potentially have 9 novel manuscripts hovering, waiting for the send button. And so it might very well be that we don't do a full open call until 2027. It could be. I'm not going to say.
Take the time to finish your manuscript.
Finish your manuscript. Send it to beta readers. Do some revisions. Let it sit in the drawer for a couple of months, and then read it again and see how you've changed.
When we open call, send it.
Yes.
Or
write the next one.
And here's a novel concept. Publish it yourself and keep all of the money instead of sharing it with us.
We might be the only publisher that puts out that message.
If they publish themselves, I don't have to bust my balls getting it done. So
yes.
To sum up, we're doing 2 novels a month, guys. One of them will be serialized, and one of them will be a full dump every month. And we'll do that. We're going to do the serializing probably with new authors because we discovered it helps build a fan base for the new author.
Yeah, it gives an entry point for the reader to grab that first serial at $2.99 and be like, I'm going to try this out. This is less than a cup of coffee.
I've never heard of Who's My Goose It. I'm going to spend $2.99 and see if I like the first third of his book. Which the readers are really, really liking that for new authors.
Yeah.
Now, once you have an established fan base, we'll bump you off the serialization onto the complete dump.
We're just going to drop the book because we know it's going to sell well.
Because we know you've got enough. You've got enough sell through that we don't have to worry about it.
Raptor priority novels or boys books? I would say
currently boys books.
Boys books currently
because there's a bigger market.
The market is hungry.
Huge.
And
we
need more manuscripts.
I need money.
That.
I need money.
We need money so that we can keep growing and we can pay our people. Because right now we're in startup mode. And we're all doing this for love, not money right now.
Trust me. It better be for love because my last royalty check was $42.
We are building. And we are building quickly, but not, I think, too quickly. We have a fantastic team in place.
Well, one of the things, the multiple decades I spent building teams, working in small teams, both military and police and government. The thing I discovered about building small teams, if you go too fast, everything falls apart.
Yeah.
So building Raconteur Press is a culmination of 40 years of building teams. So I'm not going to go too quickly. We're going to get right now. God bless our guys. Anthologies they can do in their sleep. Seriously, and that's the way a small team should be.
We're smooth with that. Yeah, we really are.
Concussed, gassed, half asleep. the anthology will be out on time, on target. We need to get that way. We're getting that way with boys' books, and we have to get that way with novels.
Yep.
So we're going fast and hard. Until we're that way with novels. Raptor, follow up. Can I submit a boys book under a pen name, but my novel my real name? Yes.
Yes. And there are some cases where I would actually recommend that. For instance, I have friends that write spicy romance under one name, and if they're going to write children's stories, that needs to be under a different name.
Please.
I would advise that.
If you write spicy men's novels and you send us a boys book, please use pen name.
I also have to say that the Steampunk Space Regency Search for Cinderella novel, Raptor, I love that concept. Please do. I don't know how it's going to feel about that, but...
Will people buy it?
Yes, people will buy it.
If people will buy it, I'm good. If it's wholesome, and the good guys win and the bad guys get shot in the face, and it's wholesome, we'll take it.
Yep.
No grimdark, no grimdark, no torture porn.
Nope.
There
can be a little bit of steam to the romance, but nothing.
Fade to black is steamy. Yes. Fade to black.
Yes. Well, steam doesn't necessarily imply action so much as tension and actually having a romance. We actually had this conversation with Scott Huggins' book because we were trying to figure out genre for it, and somebody suggested romance, and I'm like, they're married. It's not a romance. A married couple in love doesn't fall under romance. Don't ask me why, because frankly, I think it's romantic, but it's weird. And it's wonderful. And, we have so much capacity for going in so many different directions with novels.
I hadn't noticed.
If it's a good story, we'll take a Western. Westerns sell really well.
Remembering our
it
genre
doesn't have to be science fiction and fantasy.
And this one will tell you our genre is pulp. That is a huge warehouse of genres.
Everything. Everything. Men's adventure, detective novels, spy novels, Ian Fleming's Bond books. Somebody write me an Ian Fleming style Bond style book, and oh yes, please. But these were all the pulps. It wasn't just science fiction and fantasy, and I know that that's where we are, and that's where we've been. So we may not be able to get out of that.
But trust me, I have a great deal of faith in those books.
And those twisted minds, those wonderful twisted minds. Yes, Logan. Pulp means diverse, weird, wonderful stories. Exactly.
No grimdark, no torture porn. If you got to have message fiction, it better be entertaining. Remember, it must be. There are 2 rules so far. We're making more. There are 2 rules so far. Rule number 1, it must be entertaining. All else is negotiable. Rule number 2, don't be a pain in Ian's ass. That's it for now. We're building more, but so far, Ian Fleming wrote Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, for God's sake.
I know. Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah.
In case anybody is going to need to know this, what we're looking for in length for novels is approximately 60,000 words and up. If you send us a 250,000 word manuscript and it all hangs together, that is a series. Congratulations. And yes, we have already done those and contracted those in such ways. So it does not mean no horror.
Okay. Remember, the good guys have to win. Bad guys get shot in the face, and it has to be wholesome.
There has to be hope.
When I think of horror, I think of 1999's The Mummy with Rachel Weisz and Brendan Fraser. To me, that's horror. If you send me that,
if you send us something that's like an episode of the old school Twilight Zone or something like that, those were sometimes wonderfully. But we don't want there to be no hope at the end.
There's got to be hope. So no epic fantasy check from B.K. Gibson. Have you read Wally's book yet?
You need to read Wally's book. It is very much epic
fantasy. It is epic fantasy.
We just broke it up into 3 parts instead of 1.
Yes, epic fantasy falls under pulp.
We aren't going to publish Goat Gaggers. There's a couple of reasons not to publish Goat Gaggers. One of them is that the books are too darn big, and the modern publishing of books in what's referred to as perfect bound, I'll wander off into the weeds a little here, falls apart. And I will not put out a product that I know is going to fall apart in your hands.
The bits are going to fall out.
So that's why we have an upper limit on what we'll put into a single book. Because if we're looking at over 120,000 words and we put that into a single book, you get a really thick spine and the glue does not hold. I'm
going to tell y'all something, okay? We are 80% of our audience right now is our males, our men, 80%. I'm a reader. I have a bunch of my friends, knuckle draggers, every one of them. A bunch of my knuckle dragger friends read. They don't want the goat chokers. Gunsmith Joe, who is a prolific reader, likes Louis L'Amour's size.
Yep.
He wants what he calls beach reads, something that he can get under a umbrella on the beach and read a book with in the length of 2 Mai Tais and then wander off to do whatever he showed up to do. The long books are great, and we may get into long books, But for now, if we do a long book, it's going to get busted up.
Right.
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
Now, here's the thing, which is because we are agile, we can publish a series much closer together chronologically than you would get with a traditional publisher. So your readers are not going to have to wait a year for the next book in your series. That's not how we operate. We may even, as time goes by, set up for rapid release where we're dropping an entire series. With time. On that note, did we have any other questions that I didn't answer?
Now that YouTube's going to shut me down for...
So yes, with ebooks, you are absolutely correct. You can have a really long book in an ebook. Yeah. But here's the other thing about really long books. We want our authors to get paid. And also us.
I would like to get paid.
We want our authers to get paid.
$42 for a month's work.
There is an upper limit to what a reader will pay for an ebook. Yes, I'm aware the Triad pubs publish their ebooks at a much higher price. We can't get that, and we don't want to. So if I'm going to put out a book at $5.99 for the ebook, I want it to be substantial enough that the reader doesn't feel like they're being cheated. However, I don't want it to be cheating the author out of the potential of another $5.99 for the second book in the series. So, yeah, this is us trying to work within giving readers what they want, but also feeding our authors so that they can write more of what the readers want.
Yes.
So
we're all about getting our authors paid, and coincidentally, I'd like to get paid. But getting our authors paid. I'm getting a T-shirt that says "Me author" or "Me publisher, you author," because, quite honestly, traditional publishing treats authors like they're milk cows, to be drained dry, then knocked in the head, and served up as steaks. I don't feel that way. The authors out there that have given us our manuscripts are our partners. And if we don't do right by them, we get more authors because you guys are running around yelling, "Oh my God, Raconteur Press is so good to me." That's how we get new authors. We don't get new authors. People go around saying, "Well, they drained me dry, that knocked me in the head."
Yep. Let's see here. We have a question. The audiobook market is something we are looking into. That will probably be another couple of months. That will probably be another couple of months, but we feel we have more news on that front.
Yeah, we're going to be doing... This may come as a surprise to you guys, but we'll be doing audio our way.
Yes.
I don't like the current state of the audio market. I don't like the audio people I've talked to, so we'll, by God, do it our way.
Will we have a post with the details for all this on Substack? Yes. I still have to write it, so it might be a day or two. Let's see here. Hi, Jesse. I'm glad you made it.
Oh, there you are.
Carlton, yes. When we put the serials up, the first one drops live, and the other two are immediately available for pre-order. So you can go ahead and just buy them all, and they'll just drop in. Just like turning on your TV every Friday afternoon for your favorite show. There's going to be a serial there.
If you buy enough of them, sooner or later, we'll just we'll move them up to the full novel tier.
Right. As our authors get more and more well-known, have more and more sales. So radio style teleplays, maybe. The thing with audio is that it's a lot of time and a lot of personnel investment.
Yeah.
And again, we want to make sure that people get paid. The authors getting paid is our first thing, but if we have real life voice actors involved, they need to get paid too. So we're looking very hard at the audio market right now, and I
don't like what I'm seeing.
Yeah. So
do not like what I'm seeing.
There's a lot of variables in that.
My God, I'll change the way it's done if it hairlips every cannibal in Congo. Do it my way.
Oh, and I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up before Ian dies again.
I don't think y'all realize how stressful the publisher's desk is. $42 last month.
We will get there. We will get there.
I know.
We will get there, and it's going to be a lot of sacrifices, but also a lot of fun along the way.
It's actually a lot of fun, and watching you guys get cheerful is worth it. Watching you guys get paid and be happy and be number 5 in Amazon is worth it.
Yep.
And authors will always get paid.
Yep. That is the primary goal, because we can't do this without manuscripts, which means we need authors. So thank you all. And 12 anthologies, 12 boys' books, 24 novels, and one more announcement still to come.
24 novels. One novel.
And we will see you all next week.
And the fourth announcement for 2026 is next week.
Which is also during Pecan.
Oh, God, I forgot. Oh, God. We'll have to go to Pecan. Okay. Yep. We got this.
We'll see any of you that are close enough to be in range at Pecan. And until next time, we'll be back.